how to automate anything with DeepSeek R1. Let me show you exactly how to do this. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go over to N8N, and I'll be showing you many ways you can automate stuff with DeepSeek R1 today. But the first method that we're going to start off with is N8N, because you can build your own agents using this and all sorts of crazy automation workflows, and you can get a 2-week trial, right? So if you want to start using this, just go to sign in, set up your account, set up your workspace. And then once you've done that, you're going to go to open workspace like you can see right here. This might seem technical when you first get started. Don't worry, it's not. It's super simple once you get your head around it. So we're going to create a workflow over here. And this is where our automation using DeepSeek R1 begins. So you're going to add a step. This is just a trigger for your automation that says, here's how to start the automation using DeepSeek R1. So if we click on add first step, we're then going to search through here. And these are all different automations you can set up. We're going to stick with chat trigger on a basic sort of automation. Once you've done that, we can leave this alone and we're just going to press escape. And now our chat message is ready to trigger the automation. And now we're going to click on plus. And basically what you can see is this is like a linear workflow where it's going to start from here and just work its way around. So if we want to set something up super basic with an automation using DeepSeek R1, inside here, we're going to type in AI agent. You click the plus sign. Click on AI agent and just add your AI agent directly into the process right here. You can choose all different types of agents, all different types of automations. We'll come on to that in a second and how you can use it. But the main thing you want to do from this method is click on the plus below chat model. So what you're going to see here, if we zoom in, is you can see chat model, and this is how you connect whichever AI you want, aka DeepSeek R1, to the AI agent to automate whatever you want, right? So inside the search nodes here, we're going to type in OpenAI. There's no DeepSeek functionality. So if we type in DeepSeek, there's nothing. So you want to make sure that you have OpenAI set up. And I'll show you exactly why that is in a second. So down here, we've actually connected OpenRouter. So let me show you what my credentials are for OpenRouter in a second. But you want to first click on create new credential. Now, if you're not sure what this is, basically, this is linking OpenAI's API functionality to the AI agent you just set up within N8N. And the reason you want to do that is because you're going to create a new credential and you're going to add your details for an OpenRouter. All right, OpenRouter AI has different models, as you can see, using DeepSeek. And if you go into your keys section, you can then create a new API key that you would just plug in down here. All right, then you're going to add the base URL, which I'll show you how to set up in a second. So if we have a look at the existing credentials that I have set up, so OpenRouter login, click on edit, you can see that we've got the API key set up here and we have the base URL set up here. If you're not sure how to do any of this, I will create an SOP in step-by-step video notes so you can get free access to those at the end of the video. So inside the base URL section, we have OpenRouter/API/v1 and then HTTPS at the beginning. And that connects OpenRouter to your OpenAI, and then you've got the API key that you grab from openrouter.ai/settings/keys, right? And then once that connection is set up, it will say connection tested successfully, and you have your credentials ready to go. Now, inside the model section, you will not find DeepSeek. So DeepSeek is not going to be inside there. What you're going to do is you're going to click on expression, right? So you've got a choice between fixed and expression. You click on expression, and inside here, you're going to go back to, you're going to search for DeepSeek R1, like you can see, and you're just going to copy this bit here, all right, that says DeepSeek/DeepSeek-R1. And this is going to connect your OpenRouter API to N8N using the DeepSeek model. And I'll show you how to make sure this is working in a second, but that's basically it. Now, what you're going to notice here is that it does have a not supported sign. Don't even worry about that, all right? Just make sure you have expression selected, make sure you have DeepSeek R1 selected, then you're going to press escape to get out of there. And if we test this out, so you can see the chat at the bottom, we're going to click on the chat, and then we're going to say, what model are you, sunshine? All right? And then it's going to run DeepSeek R1 as a chatbot directly inside N8N. Now, we'll come on to how you can connect this to apps and build all sorts of crazy automations in a minute. But as a starting point, it's a learning point for figuring out how to use DeepSeek R1 inside your workflows. This is one of the best places you can use. Right? Now, it will take a little while to respond simply because it is a reasoning model. I'll show you how to get a faster version of this in a minute that actually works way quicker when you're building automations. But if you just want to use like the pure DeepSeek R1 automation inside whatever you want, this is how you can do it. And we'll also come on to 2 different methods later in this video that are even simpler than this. But this is my preferred method because you can build all sorts of awesome AI agents, so you can link them to all sorts of apps. So we've got the response back from DeepSeek R1, as you can see, so that worked perfectly. And also, one thing you can do, if you want to make sure this is working, it's actually using the correct version of DeepSeek. If we go into activity inside OpenRouter, so go to openrouter.ai/activity, and inside here, you can see which models you used recently, right? So for example, if we click on this, you can see that we have used DeepSeek R1 to get the output that we wanted. We can also see the cost. So that cost was basically free because it cost us 0.0009 cents. Not even a cent, not even half a cent, right? So cheap, it's redonkulous. And you can see how much we've used right here. Now, if you want a faster version of DeepSeek inside your automation, you can type in DeepSeek R1 in the search of OpenRouter here, and we're just going to select DeepSeek R1 Distilled Llama. Now, essentially what this is a distilled version, DeepSeek R1, that's faster, but it uses another model. So you can see it's built on top of Llama 70B right there. So if we take this version of DeepSeek R1, we're going to go back to NA10. And if we want to plug this in, we'll click on the OpenAI chat model and just double click it if you want to get straight in there. And instead of having DeepSeek R1 models, we're going to override that with DeepSeek/DeepSeek R1 distill Llama 70B. Okay? And that is the model we're going to use. So now if we delete the chat, hide the chat, then we're just going to test this again. So you can see it's running nicely, and that was so much faster. And also previously when we were using the main version of DeepSeek R1, it took a lot longer. And also it said it was ChatGPT, right? Because it's using the OpenAI chat model. If we now use a distilled model, it says, hi, I'm DeepSeek R1, built by the Chinese company DeepSeek Inc., right? And that was a lot faster inside the automation, which means that we can actually build more stuff inside it, right? We can get better outputs, we can get faster outputs. Now, here's how you can connect this to any sort of app that you want, right? And you can actually connect multiple apps as well. So we could connect Gmail, we could add another tool here, and we can just look through the list and we're like, okay, let's get the calendar or let's get Airtable, etc., right? Even your Google Drive, you can insert directly here. All right. So now that you know how to set up the basics of an AI agent and you know how to speed it up using the distilled model, from here, what we can do is start automating, for example, like any sort of basic admin that you wanted to, right? So for example, let's say you want to automate reading your emails, breaking them down, or just having some sort of agent that you can ask about the latest emails you received. What you can do is inside here, you would click the plus sign, and then you can connect this to whatever app you want. So for example, we could say, okay, connect it to Gmail. And you can see here, I've actually connected my Gmail already. So you just click on create new. From here, if you want to connect your Gmail account, just click create new credential. And then inside there, you can connect your Gmail. And then, you can choose whether you want to draft, thread, label. I'm going to select messages for now. And then this operation allows us to look at all the emails that were received and get all our emails so that the AI agent can sift through them and start taking action. For example, if we take the operation get many, and then we can limit this just for the sake of speed and simplicity today. As this is an example, I'm just going to stick with one, but you could put 100 or 500 if you want to. Bear in mind, the more emails you allow the agent to look through, the longer the automation will take. So just something to be aware of there. And then if we X off here, what this AI agent is going to do, if we just run the workflow, is it's going to activate when it gets a message, look for our Gmail account and all our emails, run that through DeepSeek. We can chat with directly to get the outputs we want. Now, what we can also do from here is we can also, for example, have outputs, and also we can connect more apps. So inside here, we can connect even more apps and even add like a memory feature too. So inside this automation now, what we're going to do is click on chat. And if we say, for example, who was my last email from, you can see this activated the Gmail automation. What you can see right here inside the automation is we have the chat back. That came through super quickly. I've deleted the logs just to keep this private. And it's now giving us the details that this person came from Instagram Reels. Here's the details, here's the information about them, etc., where they came from. And basically it can retrieve any sort of information that you want from your emails directly. Pretty amazing stuff. So just to test this works, what we're going to do is we're going to take, for example, an email that I'm going to send as a test to myself. So I'm going to say, let's meet for lunch. Let's meet for lunch to discuss DeepSeek and the details about it. All right. Then we're going to send an email to ourselves. We're going to use the N810 to basically automate all of this process. So if we run this chat based on that workflow and that email, I'm going to say, okay, what's the latest email I've received? The email automation is going to work. It's super fast, as you can see, it absolutely flies through it. And it has retrieved the information of the email we just sent, right? And so this can look through your whole inbox, retrieve information. You can see the input here, and it's also written a email, which you can actually automate. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Okay. So what we're going to do now with this automation is we've got the chat running through Gmail, and inside the AI agent, we can now tell it to do certain tasks, and then we can send those outputs to wherever we want, right? So for example, if you take a Gmail account and you retrieve all your messages, run it through the AI agent, you can then say, for example, check my messages from, and then you just drag in the email details, which you can see on the left here. And then you say, you're my email assistant, write an email response to my emails, conversational, simple, get to the point, right? And then also, you can just put like no notes because it is a reasoning model. So you don't want it to explain itself. Just put no explanation, just write the email. And then make sure that you play this first, because then you'll get the outputs from the AI agent, which you can then map to Gmail. So for example, if we take the subject line and we're going to drag that from here into the subject line right there, we're then going to take the output directly from the AI agent into the message section. You can choose whether to send it live or draft it. I mean, obviously for this situation, this is experimental, so we're going to leave it as draft. And then what we can do is press escape, get out of there, and we'll just run this automation like you can see, step by step. So if I say, for example, check emails, that started the automation, everything's run through. It's send everything to Gmail, as you can see, step by step. And then if we check Gmail now, we have the email response with the email automated. Now you can clean up the automation and the mapping, or you can just do that manually, but you can see how easy that is to do step by step. You can also change this to message and then grab the email address like so, put that in the to section there, and then inside the email, we've got that ready to go. And then you just clean up the prompt so you get the output that you want. But that's basically how you can automate anything using N810. You can connect many different apps inside this section here. And if you want the AI agent to be able to read information, then you would put the apps here first before it goes to the AI agent. You can also, for example, link this to Telegram so that if you start a Telegram message, then the automation works. But either way, you can basically automate anything using DeepSeek R1 and this method right here. What I'm actually going to do is I will download the blueprint from today. And then if you want to import the JSON file, it will be inside the video notes for you to test out. And then once you finish, make sure you save so you don't lose any progress. And you can see how you can just build out anything you want to automate in literally minutes using this process. Now, what you can also do is you can automate using Zapier. So what we're going to do, for example, here is we're going to take transcripts of our phone calls. Then we're going to plug those directly through OpenRouter with DeepSeek R1. And then we can use that to create an email draft. Let me show you how that works step by step. So basically here you can see we're taking this app, Fathom, and you can change whatever app you want to use. So Fathom is an AI meeting note taker. And, there's all sorts of apps you can connect like Google Drive, etc. And then from here, we're going to have the trigger as like new meetings. Then we're going to add a new step called OpenRouter. So you can just search OpenRouter, plug that in, sign in with OpenRouter here inside the account section. Plug in your API key, now that's connected, and then inside the action event will generate a response, right? Basically what this is doing is it's taking the transcripts from my AI meetings. Again, you can use this for any app that you want. I just want to show you something interesting. Then it's going to generate a response with OpenRouter and DeepSeek R1. So if we go inside configure here now, we'll select the model as DeepSeek R1. You can choose between DeepSeek R1 and distilled. I'm just going to say write a short follow-up email, keep all the clients' names, URLs, anonymous, etc. Just use this as a demo. We can test this out, and now you can see the response written nicely. Then from here, you can map, for example, like all the information from the previous emails. So you can just click the plus sign and plug that in, and then it's going to write a draft email like you can see. So let's test this out now. We can retest the step. So inside the body here, you're going to select the response from OpenRouter, click on that. Then we can plug the AI response into the email body. We'll test that out now. And then inside here, you can see that it's written the follow-up email, the draft. So now we have the email draft, like you can see from the meeting based on our meeting notes. One thing I'd recommend is like asking it to actually write in HTML. because this is written it in Markdown, and you can see the format is a little bit messy, but it's easy to fix those little details when you test it more. And that was incredibly easy to just set up the automation using Zapier. And again, you can use this for whatever apps you want to connect. I mean, there's so many inside Zapier, it has a lot of capabilities. So we've covered how to automate anything you want using DeepSeek R1 and N8 and creating your own AI agents that way. You can also plug and create automations between different applications to DeepSeek R1 on Zapier as well. Let me show you the final method, which is inside. Now, Make.com is a good alternative to Zapier because it's a lot cheaper. In fact, you can get 1,000 operations for free. And you've seen how cheap the API is from DeepSeek R1. I mean, it costs us half a cent to do the automation before. Super cheap and easy to do. And what you can do in here as well is just build out your own automation. So if we go to scenarios, then we're going to go on create a new scenario. And inside here, you can just build out whatever sort of automation you want, right? So you can connect all these apps, kind of like Zapier, but it's a little bit easier to use, honestly. It's a little bit more user-friendly. So for example, if we want to connect Google Sheets, we can just click on that. Then we can connect, for example, OpenRouter again, like we've already done in this video, create chat completion, boom. And then we can connect the output really quickly. That is far quicker and simpler than using N8N. But obviously it's more limited, right? So for example, there's no chat feature directly inside Make.com. Now, if you want to see an example of this running, let me show you exactly how it works. So you can see, for example, we've done like auto blogging tools, video transcription automations, social media distribution automations, etc. And the one that I'm going to show you now is the DeepSeek R1 content creator. And basically what we're doing here is we're taking keywords from a spreadsheet. You can see it's looking through the keywords on the spreadsheet right there. Then that's plugging it through OpenRouter. And you just set up a connection like I showed you earlier. You can take dynamic fields. So for example, this is taking the keyword from step 1. It's using DeepSeek Distilled to speed things up. And this is going to send it to WordPress to automatically publish content. Let me show you how this works. So if we click on choose where to start on the Google Sheet, we can choose manually and say, right, I want to start from this keyword right here. We'll click on save. Then we're going to hit run once. That's taken the keyword from the Google Sheet, plugging it through OpenRouter. Once that's done, you're going to see a draft pop up like this. So this was literally just created now. And then if we go to preview the blog, you can see the blog post right here with the internal links inserted, all the formatting really nice, bullet points, etc. And everything's customized as well based on this process. Now, if you want to see how much that costs to create the article, well, number one, Make.com is free for 1,000 operations. And then if you go back to OpenRouter, activity, scroll down, you can see that article right there that we just created using this automation cost us 0.0, right? So what's that, 20% of a cent? It's just ridiculous. So cheap. You can see we used a DeepSeek R1 distilled model with Llama. You can use the main model if you want, but obviously it's going to take more time. And that is basically how you can automate anything with Make and DeepSeek R1 as well. So thanks so much for watching. You now know how to automate anything, building AI agents with N8N or connecting apps inside Zapier or building custom automation workflows using Make.com. You can connect all of these to loads of different apps, all your favorite apps, and it's really simple to do. Now, what I've actually done is inside the video notes, I've created an SOP for every single method with all the instructions, so it's super simple and easy to follow in case you or your team want to follow this. And that's inside my free SEO course, link in the comments description. You'll find the video notes inside there, along with 227 lessons on how to do SEO, including automations, AI agents, free SEO systems, AI SEO workflows. When you sign up as well, you also get access to 3,500 other AI SEOs just like you, who you can ask for support, as you can see right here inside the community. Additionally, inside the classroom, you'll get access to another SEO course, 50 free AI SEO tools, and 200 free ChatGPT prompts, just to say thanks for signing up. And if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session, feel free to book that in. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visits a month and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot. On this free link building acceleration session, you'll get a free SEO domination plan. So you'll get a custom tailored link building plan so you can generate more sales and leads from your website. You'll discover the secrets of SEO link building. We'll answer any questions you have one-to-one, so you can just ask us any questions, completely free. And also, you'll learn the best link building strategy for your website, along with how to quickly outrank your competitors in link building and how to 10x your SEO traffic based on what's working for us and our happy clients like you see right here. Feel free to put that in, link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.